Good evening. Welcome to you all, whether you're here live or on the replay. My name is Emma Goddard and it is Sunday the 26th of May. Hope you are all well. I have had a wonderful weekend. It has been a busy one. So I will just wait for a few of you to pop on and then I will let you know what I've been up to. Good evening, Sue. Hope you are good and recovered. Hey, Joanna. Hazel says, haven't seen you for ages. Bet you slept well last night. Hey, Hazel. So yesterday was my in-person craft retreat, which was just wonderful. It was so lovely to spend the day with everyone. So there are lots of people who are joining my online craft retreat who I know would have loved to have been there too. But there's a mere distance of a few miles between us. So they will be joining next weekend on Friday and Saturday evening on the online version. So that is still open. So if anyone else would like to join us, you are more than welcome. I was a bit tired. I know, right? Me too. I did sit outside in the garden. I unpacked like most of the stuff. And then I went and sat out in the garden and Emma came past actually because she was staying locally. So she came and had a drink and Lisa came in and so we sat out and chatted in the garden for quite some time. So that was lovely. And then, yeah, I slept very well last night. Very well. Hey, Annette. Hey, Deborah. How are you, Debbie? Haven't seen you in ages. I hope you're well. Fabulous. I don't know what we're going to be doing this evening. I have... I'm just finishing cleaning some of my stamps from yesterday. I thought I would share a little cleaning tip that I had with you to start off, and then we might make a couple of cards. So I thought we'd use the country flowers and the birdhouses that we were using during the retreat. So I thought I'd focus more on this one. We made lots of projects with the birdhouses, and I added in a few elements from the beach days. So that is not to say that you couldn't make the projects and then add the elements on afterwards. If you wanted to join live, don't let that put you off. If you don't have this stamp set, we used the surfboard and the umbrella and the seagull. So a couple of bits and pieces from that. Let me just pop this away and I will share with you what I'm doing to clean. Hazel says, hoping to join the onliners. Yes, I know. Spend time with friends. Karen says she might have just ordered the flowers and the beach days. The beach days were needed, weren't they? It's, yeah. Hi, Kim. I have had a very relaxing day this morning. I didn't wake up till 10 o'clock and then Steve kindly offered to make me a coffee and bring that up to bed, and that was just lovely. And then we went out into the garden and we've got one of those inflatable hot tub things, so we sat out and I had a second coffee and it was just bliss. Absolute bliss. So yeah, it was just wonderful. And then went to the garden centre with my parents for lunch, and I may have had a little afternoon snooze. So Karen's back home. Oh, brilliant. Right, let me share my desk with you. Here we go. So I was just cleaning up a few of the stamps. So I thought I'm using when I've got lots of stamps to clean, I'm using my scrub. I know not, super exciting to show this to you, but I've got the spray on here. So I use the Stampin' Mist and I've got that nice and wet. And then this is the dry side. So then I dry that and the stamp's all lovely and clean. but sometimes there's a bit of residue on the block, although you might not think it. When I've had these out, like for a big stamping session or event or something like that, I will either give my blocks a bubble bath, essentially, and I put them in a big bowl of hot soapy water, or you can use hand sanitizer. And so I will use some hand sanitizer and just wipe the blocks. So it just gives them, but can you see, you'll see on some of these how they look maybe like they're clean, but they're not really that clean. So that will just give them and take all the rubbish off them. So it just gives your blocks a nice tidy up and a refresh. I tend to let my stamping scrub dry out, Debbie, so it's got the raindrops in that corner which is wet and the sunshine, so then I just put it in front of me, and if I'm doing my stuff I'll spritz that side so I know that that's wet and then that's dry. So there you go. And everyone got a bottle of that to take away with them yesterday, so they've all got let me put that away in that one, and I will just pop, I'm probably going to pull these back out again, so I won't bother to put too many away, but I really wanted to show you, you think, oh yeah, my block's fine, and then you'll take all of that off, and it will be all nice and shiny. So that is the cleaning tip I wanted to share with you. But I'm sure we've all got hand sanitizer floating around the house. So, right, what shall we make this evening? I've got a fresh grid sheet and some clean blocks. So let's make something. I just, as I say, not long put everything away. Oh, did you have to put yours away thinking it was you? I know, if it's right in front of you, you pick it up and think, oh no, it's not glue. No. Right, so what shall we make? I don't know what we're going to make. I did have some spare a bag of bits that I had spare floating around. So I've got some spare cups, but some of the cups in here were these, and when I was putting the kits together, I thought this was kind of fun, that these would sit together like a frame, and so that was kind of my starting point for my thoughts. So I think we might need to put some bits in those frames. So I thought that was kind of cool. These are, of course, dies for the birdhouse. So they are the roof part of the birdhouse. That's kind of the original intent for those, but I thought we could use them for something a little bit different. So shall we do some flowers or something to go in those? Let's have a bit of white. And let's get this one back out on the block. And if anyone is still thinking, I would like to join and make the projects that they all made at the retreat yesterday, it is still open for booking. If you go to coastalcrafter.com and then just go on classes, it is there labelled summer retreat, and then you just go down to the online option and you can book yourself on. That is open to anyone worldwide, and the PDF instructions are in the Facebook group. So if you were to join, it's not taking place till next Friday, Saturday. You would have the details ahead so that you could cut out any bits and pieces that you want in advance, so that you can craft along without jumping up and down to die cut bits and pieces out. That is scoot you in. Right, shall we? Open to suggestion for colours. I'm thinking we'll go bright. That says projects are brilliant, but I only made half because I was busy chatting. As long as you had a lovely time, Hazel, that's the main thing. And you'll have access to the online as well. So the craft along equals keeping up with Emma. I don't know what you mean, Paul. Right, let's do. Shall we do? I've got. Had these beautiful flowers put together by lovely Michelle at the local florist, and she put together based on the colours in the paper. I will just share them with you because they were stunning. If you didn't see, I'll put some photos up on my main page. Actually, I will share. Let me just. I'll come back to my front-facing camera actually to show you. Here we are. So these were the flowers, aren't they gorgeous? So I'd wrapped the vase or the jar with this paper, and I asked if she could kind of pick something to match those. So there was these beautiful like coral berry things. I'm not sure what these are, but they're beautiful blue, gorgeous blue flowers. And then this lovely petal pink calypso coral rose and the thistles. So just a stunning little flower arrangement on each of the tables. But I thought we could go for these colours. We could go blues and corals and maybe recreate something with those colours. So that's where I'm thinking we'll go with the colours. So I want my petal pink and my calypso coral, and then balmy blue. And maybe some purple in there as well, like for the thistle kind of colour. So maybe what we got, fresh freesia. Let's do that. And kind of those colours. And let's go with the bigger flower being in the petal pink. So this is light calypso coral. And some of the ladies who came, there were gents there as well, but some of the ladies who came had travelled many miles to come down to the retreat, Karen being one of them. And so it was so lovely to see everybody. Natalie and Jane had also travelled miles and miles. And so it was, just a fabulous day. The sun was shining. Yeah, couldn't have asked for better weather, actually. Although we were inside, it still makes a difference, doesn't it, to the day? Some people were unable to make it, unfortunately, and that was equally disappointing that they weren't able to come. Just being a bit poorly. Hey Chris, hey Sharon. Joanna sending lots of love hearts. Good evening, Jill. Hope you are well. Okay, so we've got our lovely peachy pink. Should we do that on each of those? I might go more coral on this one, actually. more coral than petal pink. Yeah, poor Lynn was poorly. I'm going to drop her stuff over to her, actually. I'm going to see if I can do that tomorrow. Yes. So we started at about, well, doors opened at 10:15, and we started the day officially crafting at 11. So we kicked off with pastries and tea and coffee and all that good stuff, and then we crafted until about 1 o'clock when we stopped for lunch, and we had sandwiches and wraps and crisps and sausage rolls and satay, and my parents and Lisa were superstar helpers in the kitchen. They were on their feet all day, and then we had afternoon tea. So there was a lot of eating as well as crafting. It's not what, no wonder people didn't make so many projects. We were too busy eating. But yeah, it was lots of fun, and there was prize patrols and all that good stuff. Yeah, it was good fun. Right. I've gone in with those buds actually, but I'm thinking maybe I wanted to do those buds in a different colour. What should we do? Yeah, and waddled home. After Kate, we fell asleep. I did notice that, Claire. There was a definite slowing down of everyone after the scones and the brownies and macarons, etc. It was like, whoa, that afternoon cake slump. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we've got that was, what colour did I use? Light Fresh Freesia on that one. Dark and light fresh freesia actually. Kind of a purpley colour. Yeah, Sue was like, they were lovely, but crafting stopped. No more crafting after that. They were done. We were joking in the group actually. Liz had made a comment, and it was like, next time there'll be we need exam style row desks, so there's less chatting and more crafting. Basic rations on the food and exam style desks. That would be no fun, would it? That would be no fun. Right. Let's do those buds in blue. I have done one in have you been crafting today, Claire? How lovely. Yes, I had intended to be in my craft room a little bit more today, but it was a very lovely lazy day. Bought some plants at the garden centre actually. A couple of bits and bobs to sort. My plan tomorrow is to sort some of our pots out on our decking to add a splash of colour to the deck. Now spring is starting to summer, I should say. Spring, summer, feels like it's starting to properly arrive. I say that and then we'll end up with loads of rain. Now, I've done this one with the coral bud, so I'm going to just continue with that. Oh, it's still there. I'm just checking. So, Claire said we had loads of rain today. Yes. It's been nice down here actually. It was a bit blustery. I had grand plans for when I brought the plants home from the garden centre. I was going to do some weeding and do the planting, and I put the plants down outside and thought, no, it's too breezy. I'm going to go inside and have a nap instead. So that is what happened. It was a proper lazy Sunday. Let's see. Got the balmy blue on this one. I'm wondering if I can make that purple a bit more thistly colour. So like make it a bit more, add some green maybe over the top. When I say green, I mean like Lost Lagoon kind of, maybe pool party kind of colour maybe to blend that in. And oh, missed that one as well. Oh, lovely. Claire said she had a snooze while watching the footy this afternoon. Perfect. I have to say, we're not a footy household. We don't have football on in our household. So if the football was on, I'd have definitely been snoozing. But I know you enjoy it. Right, let's add. Shall we add light Lost Lagoon? This may go. I'm not sure. Let me do a little test actually. Let's not ruin the flowers before. I'm thinking that could kind of look nice actually. Yeah, I'm gonna add a little bit of some light Lost Lagoon to the fresh freesia, so it looks a little bit more bristly. Kind of like that. I like the greeny purple. Oh, did your Facebook freeze? So rare. There's people still over there commenting, so I don't know if you were to jump back, if it would get back up for you. Hazel's over there. You got some, and Kim was over on YouTube as well. You've got people over there to chat to. Right, let's do these leaves in the Lost Lagoon. So we will whoop. Okay. They look really peachy. They look really orangey now, don't they? On the camera, they look definitely more calypso coral than petal pink. I do like that combo. I like using my light calypso coral with my petal pink colours to get that. The three of those go really nicely together. We were blending yesterday actually, and I tell you which colours go beautifully together to make a lovely kind of Coastal Cabana colour, because we don't have Coastal Cabana blends, is the Summer Splash with Pool Party. Blend beautifully. So we have Katie says hi to Kim. Hi Kim from Katie. Katie's in Facebook land, and Kim's over in YouTube land. Let's do all the lips. Pretty. Lynette is in Texas. Hello. Let's just go with the light Lost Lagoon. I'm not going to worry about putting the dark on for now. And we've got a half term here in the UK. I have got the week off from work, which is rather lovely, especially after the retreat weekend. So I will be having the week to do various bits and pieces. Not sure what plans are at the minute, but has anyone else off this week coming? Got plans? Crafting or otherwise? Joshua keeps asking to go to Bubble Planet in London. But it is all booked out actually. It's I don't know how good it'll be, but it's a fairly newish thing. Be worth going to check it out, I guess, but I must book ahead really. Hazel's going to work this week. Boo! It's about an hour and a half on the train tonight, so we can get training. It's actually really nice. We're down on the very coast, on the very south coast, right by the sea. Yet we can get a train right into London within an hour and a half. So we are very lucky to have the option to do both. Okay, shall I put some silly colour on this one as well, actually, since we're here? Just a little matchy, with the exception of my Calypso coral buds. I like that, Paul. I like that your list includes crafting twice. Birthday dinner sounds fabulous. Doctors not so much, but crafting twice on your list feels like the right balance. Gardening for Sue if the weather improves. Rather damp today. Yeah, we had sunshine. It completely missed us then. Completely missed us because you're not far from me, really. I was going to say, yeah, Hazel. That's exactly what I was going to ask. When is Paul's? When is it? Birthday dinner, which means it's sometime soon. Right, let's chop these. And there are some dies, so we'll get the dies out for these, definitely. and chop them out. Let's put you. Mini trim machine. Do dies. Where might you be? Yeah. I thought you'd be fussy cutting. I know. I mean, I could, but the dies are pretty helpful with these. They go all the way around like that. I was decorating the front of the retreat boxes, and there was a bird on the front of the box, and I had stamped in colours, and I thought, oh, I'll just cut them out. I did cut quite a few, and then I thought I will see if the die's quicker. And because I had it just on the edge of the mini, and I was doing one, I was in out with the dye, and actually the dye is quicker. I mean, shockingly, the dye is quicker than mini. However, I do enjoy fussy cutting, and that's the thing, and I can't always be bothered to look for my dyes. So it is a combination of laziness and actually enjoying fussy cutting. But when it comes down to it, you know, that is quicker than me cutting it out. So although I do know that you often get feedback that you quite enjoy watching me cut out. So there will be, I'm sure I'll fussy cut something for this card. Let me cut this one, and then we'll do something with those friends. Methinks. What shall we do? And I've got these. So I wonder if we could get a bit of colour into this. So I know I love a white background, but maybe we bring in a little purple pink, or and maybe a bit of Calypso coral. After a few years of classes, fussy cutting has become relaxing. Phew. So for anyone who's new to joining my classes, it only takes a few years and we're all good. I know what you mean though, Jeanette. It's getting the technique right though, isn't it? With the scissors and things like that. All those sorts of tips definitely help. But yeah, I'm renowned for my fussy cutting, especially in my classes. So, Deborah says she loves to fussy cut out. In good company then. In good company. Right, let's do some. I don't know if I liked the petal pink background here. Let's see if we can. Kind of got this. I don't know if this is. I might need to do a taller. I might need to do a tall, skinny card actually. Maybe this isn't going to be. Yeah. Let me scrap that for a minute. Bring in 4 and 1 maybe. Oh, this piece of card is 3 7/8 by 7 7/8. If you are looking to recreate this from a size perspective, there we go. That's a little bit better, isn't it, in terms of spacing? Brian says, "Make a wreath, make a wreath." Oh, Brian. I do have a lot of flowers left over. I might cave to your wish and make a second card with a wreath. Let's put this down the middle. Got some petal pink. I see that will need trimming. See, with these, I was going to put on here. It's been a little while since I've made a wreath, I think. At least a week. Put these little strips. So these are the adhesive foam strips. I love these. They are a little bit higher in depth than your dimensionals. The mini dimensionals and the normal dimensionals are the same height, but these are a little higher. See, I was thinking we could do like a cute little frame, whether that pink needs to be wider or maybe if I lose that for a minute. I know it's white on white, but we could maybe blend some background underneath. I think that could be. I don't know, I had this idea when hundreds of these roofs were sat on my desk being cut that they would look pretty as little frames. So I kind of like that. I kind of like the white actually. I do like a white card. I try to inject colour into my bases, but I do like the white. Yeah. Brian FaceTime called. It was so fun. We got to chat during the retreat. He even did a prize patrol for us. So I held the microphone to the phone. I had the phone and I had the microphone at the bottom of the thing, and that was fun. That was funny. It started with, so Sue says, how many die cuts did we die cut for the in-person retreat? Just, I'm not commenting on that, Violet. Sue says, how many die cuts did your mum say yesterday? And I will say that it started with a 4, but I will also say that it was a 4-digit number. So yeah, a lot. I think is the answer to that. But it was totally worth it. Right. So we could have a little bit of blending on the background, and then I think we need some like little flowers to maybe pop up on the frame a little bit, but I like the frames. Brian said he's just using me to get to you. I'm assuming you mean Hazel. It's funny. All right, let's do. I could take the little flowers from. So Country Birdhouse has this little flower in it. Or it's got several little flowers in it. Country Birdhouse has these flowers. But this little one here is quite sweet. So I can add that in. Let's do that. Paul says no. I know. I bought Steve a new cutting machine. Don't say I don't know how to treat him. I'll buy my husband a gift. What would that be? A new die cutting machine. Oh joy. Right, let's do. What colour should we do these? Let's do these in the petal pink, I think. I say petal pink and then I pick up Calypso Coral, but you know what I mean. This is the light Calypso Coral. And it was not my birthday, aunt's best friend and Handy. Oh, so family birthdays. Lovely. Nice, nice. Any excuse for a bit of birthday cake. Like that. Right. I'm sure there is a little die for this, but this will be our little bit of fussy cutting. And so I thought we could have some like just perched on the top of the frame. And maybe, should we just blend the background with a little bit of balmy blue? So we could have some balmy blue behind the flowers just to pull some of that blue in. These could be just dotted on that middle one, maybe. Not sure what to do with them at the minute. Suggestions for those little flowers. I don't know if they're needed. We'll come back to them. Right, let's grab my blending brush and our balmy blue. You could use Pool Party for this as well, but I want to stick with the blue tone that is on here. So it doesn't matter that it's a bit blobby, as it were. Oh, I love the Cheesecake Factory. When we were over in August, that was one of the nicest meals, actually. We had a really nice meal there. I think I had a pasta, actually, but it was very nice. And then we can take these doodahs off. And I want like a little join. Kind of makes it look like a bit of a postage stamp then, doesn't it? I don't mind that there's gaps, and I don't mind that there's a bit sticking out from there. Just pull that straight. And then we can line up the next one. So just line that up with that one. Oh. Hold of that. And where I coloured those flowers different accidentally, I've put those in the middle, as you can see. So the Calypso Coral buds are in the middle. My birthday's already passed. You have to wait till next year. You have to do a 6-month birthday or a half birthday. Right, let's see if I can gap this out a little bit. So we'll do there. And Hazel says she's patient with a laughing emoji. Try and make that a bit straighter. There we go. Right. Do we need these little flowers? I'm thinking we do. But maybe we could put them on like the edge of a sentiment or something like that. So sentiment.
We've got hoping you have the best day ever. Happy birthday. Hello, friend. Sending love. Sending love's quite nice because it does kind of look a bit postage stamps. So sending love. How are you, It was so good to spend time with you yesterday. It was so nice. Still settling the girls, so I will see you on the replay. The lay-in until 10 o'clock definitely helped this morning. I woke up thinking, oh, it must be only like 7 o'clock. It felt like only about 7 o'clock. And then when I looked at my clock, it was 10. So must have needed it for sure. Sending. And just go around the love part and then straighten that out. Do a straight edge there. So you've got the straighten the edge up. You've got sending love. Oh yeah, 6 o'clock's a little early, isn't it? Especially after the busyness of yesterday. But I think when you're in a different room as well and things like that, if you're in a hotel, it's like they're just a different environment can often wake you up a bit earlier, can't it? Sending love. Let's put that on that one. So that kind of then matches the height of the frame, and then we can maybe just dot a few flowers. So we'll get our trusty glue dots. Good morning, Glenda. Monday morning for you. Paul said, nice to sleep to 10. I'm up by 5, except on Fridays when it's 3. I've no idea why that is, Paul. I have nothing to do with that. No. It's Card and a Cuppa Friday. So right, let's do a flower in there maybe, and then I don't know how you guys who do get up that early. There's a few of you. Carol is one as well, who gets up that early, and I'm always super impressed with how you are able to not chop off a finger at that time of the morning whilst crafting. It's pretty spectacular. Right, let's do some sparkles. So I've got choice. I've got I think I'm going to go for these. We've got the Zinnia, I call them the Zinnia gems, but the adhesive back shiny sequins that goes with the Zinnia suite, but it was the online, these are online gems. So we've got the peachy colour of those, or we have got the peachy colour of those. I'm thinking sequins. I think I'm going to go sequins rather than... It is dedication, isn't it, Hazel? Absolutely, it's dedication. All right, let's put some sparkles here. Kind of keeping that around the frame. I'm partly tempted to put a little linen bow on. But just maybe a single and a little bow. So pull that in a bit smaller. Could tuck that in under there maybe. Or insanity. We'll go with dedication. It sounds nicer. Right, let's get a glue dot and hold that in place. I'll just squidge that under there. There we go. That's going to hold that linen thread nicely. Right, so I think we'll come back to the idea of the petal pink being the card base rather than the front. So I'll grab another bit of pink, or we could go Calypso Coral. Go coral. Coral's quite nice actually. It's a bit darker, isn't it? And it maybe pulls in the buds from the middle of that flower. Let's go Calypso Coral. So the white piece was, just to remind you, was 3 7/8 wide by 7 7/8 tall. So I'm going to cut the cardstock at 8 by 8 inches. So although I'm working with A4 cardstock, I'm working on this one in inches. So we're going to go 8 and then by 8. So our cardstock's 21 centimeters. So we just need to cut that a little bit less. So we'll cut that down at 8 and then score that at 4 inches or 10.2 centimeters. And then we can glue that on, and we'll grab a white piece for the inside. Yeah, I'm pleased how those frames have turned out actually. Pretty. So they are the Birdhouse roofs. So you get the straight piece, the thinner straight piece, and then you get the scalloped roof. So that will sit there. It'd be nice to stamp some of those flowers inside actually. I haven't done that, but I could. Or you could pop some DSP or something, or a little strip or something inside. Even that looks quite nice, doesn't it? Like a little stripe of the card, just to bring that in. But there you go. That is the Country Flowers, which is that one. So those flowers there. And then the little flower, this one from the Country Birdhouse. And then the scallop is the roof from the Country Birdhouse dies. So the Sending Love was from Country Flowers as well. I keep calling it countryside flowers, but Country Flowers is the subset. I believe Brian mentioned something about a wreath, so should we make a little wreath? Just a little one. Maybe we could do a little 4x4 card, as we're doing different size cards. That would be kind of cute, wouldn't it? Let's do the scrap on the floor, and I'm thinking that'll give me. How wide is that? Yep. 4x4. Oh, thanks everyone. Right, 3 and 7/8. 3 7/8 as the white piece. Don't know what's gone with that. And let's keep Brian happy. I know no one wants a grumpy Brian. Let's grab some of these scrap pieces that I have, or leftover die cuts. Oh. A few extras. I don't need to die cut. Let's see what we've got in here. Scraps off the desk, as it were. Let's grab. Put that back in there for a minute. Oh look, some leaves. The skinny roofs are a bit tricky to get hold of. When I was sorting them out into packets, they were the most problematic to pick up off the desk. Whilst they are green leaves, I'm not sure I'm going to use those lime ones, but there we go. What have we got in here? What are these ones? They have a stamp. They're the stamping. I might not use the plain ones. So many! Oh my goodness, Chris. So true. Huge shout out. So, the lovely Natalie, who travelled down from Essex, she made lovely treat boxes for everyone at the retreat yesterday, and Jane made some post-it note holders and cards. They were just lovely. So kind of you. We were thoroughly spoiled. Right, I'm nearly there. I'll stop sorting out my flowers, but all those plain ones can just pop to one side for the minute. Right, here we go. Put them over there. And I do have it on my, I've got them over here on my desk. This is a card that Jane had made. Let me just share it before I start doing the flowers. When people come together, amazing things happen. That's from Jane. Isn't it gorgeous? So the stripes of cardstock are very on trend for the colours I'm using tonight, actually. But gorgeous, hello. And then these all in different papers. So this was one of the ones that Natalie made, these little sweet treats, and they've got Mawam chew sweets inside. I'll open it up and show you. How cute is this? Those lovely little block chews. Who am I kidding now? I'm putting them back in there as if I'm not going to eat them later. We'll just pretend that they're going to stay in there. But yeah, so lovely. So lovely. Right, let's blend some of these flowers. Shall we do the same colour sort of way, I guess, as we had on the other card? That leaf is very handy dandy. Should we do Lost Lagoon? Lost Lagoon. Lost Lagoon leaves. So those leaves won't be being used at this point. They are lemon lime twist, I think. I will need some more leaves. Right, we've got those. And then if I grab my that one and that one, my little mini brushes, we can have some freesia. Add some, what other colour did I have? Oh, pink, Calypso coral. So I'll go mini on that freesia. If I just grab my, maybe if I stick to these ones. This is when it's probably easier with these little flowers. It's probably easier to ink the paper before you cut. Although I do like the different way it shades if you ink after you've cut, because you can leave some of the white edges on the flowers, which I like. How many do we think we might need for a wreath? Many. Need a few more leaves, I know that much. Although yeah, blend it before cutting. Yes, I know. Especially with these little things, you could just do like a big blob of blending, couldn't you? And then you're not trying to chase them around the desk. But I had them cut, so I can do that. Let's do some petal pink ones. I'm not going to colour all of these. If you think, oh my goodness, she's got a giant pile of flowers there, we'll be here all night. Don't panic. I don't think we'll need all of them. So these flowers are from the Birdhouse. And there are different ones in the country flowers as well. Good morning, Julie from New Zealand. Should we have some white flowers in there as well? We could have some white, couldn't we? Throw a few white in. I think that's good. Right, we need some leaves. Let's grab ourselves some extra leaves. We need so probably easiest to just cut the big bunch of leaves rather than little, and then we can snip away at them if we need to, or we can do like a half wreath. Wide enough. My scrap box has got very I've got tiny thin strips of scrap in it. I've got nothing that's kind of hugely substantial in my big box of scraps. I need to sort through. Okay, leaves, more leaves. Lost Lagoon on there. So I think that'll be all right. Right, let me grab a circle punch. 2 inches maybe. Just do 2 inches. And then that can act as our base. So if we have that as our centre to work around. Oh, gee. I'm going to put hello friend. And then maybe we can pop that up on some dimensionals in the centre. We can work around that. Whoop. So we're just working on a 4x4 card. And if I get my scissors, I can snip out and tidy up that leaf. And we can have some leaves coming around the edge. And then we can add our abundance of flowers that we have on. So I'll start with some leaves and we can go from there. And it doesn't matter that they look a bit odd on the edges of them, because the flowers will cover all of that up. I do like creating a wreath. These flowers definitely lend themselves to that, where you've got plenty of them. We can just load up a few of them bigger ones. Onto there. Scrunch them on there, and then how many glue dots are left? Let's hunt the glue dot. I've got little ones and big ones, so we can layer them together. Little purple flower. Okay, a purple one. I say purple. This is fresh freesia. Fresh freesia. And should we grab some white ones? And load those up. You could do them singularly as well, couldn't you? You could have them as single flowers. I'll just kind of twist that at 3, 4, maybe 4. I'll scrunch. Little, there's a white one in there. Where is my sticky tool. Might need some more flowers and some more leaves. Maybe a little bit more foliage. Snip those off. What should we do? Another pink one. Just layer up as you want to. Can't go too far off with this. I'm just layering flowers and leaves. Let's do that one. Can layer on there. Make use of what we've got. So some are die cut in the petal pink cardstock, some are the white, and we've just blended that. So, a mix of the flowers there. And then a little scrunch. And might need another glue dot on that. You did. I think we're almost there actually. It's looking cute, isn't it? Very sweet. Do we need some more purple? We might need a little bit more purple. Joanna's on here. It's not purpley enough yet, is it, Joanna? Not for your purple taste. Right, let me see if we can do a few more little ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 5. Put one under there. That looks, it's a bit off actually, as in like I've stuck my circle, I think, a bit off. If I was to measure, it's probably, yeah, I can eyeball it and see that it's off. No, not purple enough. Needs to be far more purple. Right, let me, in order to sort of straighten this up, what we'll need to do is cut down the not so square. Although the paper is square, it's just that my circle was stamped doodahed off to the edge. I'll straighten that up in a minute. Just making sure these little purple beauties get onto the card. Let's do little ones. Where you've got the blending with the white and the darker purple, like the darker fresh freesia, you get that light and shade on them. So it's really nice. Whereas if you cut from solid cardstock, it gives a different look and it's lovely. And I like the mix. I like to have a mix of the two, but by sort of blending onto the white, I'll chuck that in there. By blending onto the white, then you get that white. You get the highlight of the white. Leaf. Let's put a bit more foliage on there. I think we're good. Right, let's hang on to those flowers. Something else. I just will straighten up the non-square square. Let's do that by eye a little bit. A little bit more, I think. Better. So that is 3.5. So if I take that down to, I might need to use my little trimmer. See, these are agree. More purple. Let's do 3.5. I said, didn't I? I'll do 3.5. Let's tidy that edge up to 3.5. Better. And then if I grab a white piece, that is 4x4. Oh. Does that measure 3 7/8? Yes, 3 7/8. Then, even though I've gone slightly squint on that, I can bring it back in. So that's 3 and, oh, I don't know what that is. 3 and something. It's not 3 7/8. There we go. 3 7/8. I don't know why I'm suddenly working in inches tonight, but there you go. Then let's glue this bit down. Definitely want the same inside. Let me just grab a piece of white for inside. Oh, what have I done with that? That's weird. Goodness knows. Right. Lordy. Right, that's 4. Okay, now we've got the right size. We've got a 4" by 4" card with the white inside. We can then put that on the front. So we will pop that. That's already raised up. So in for a penny, in for a pound. Let's put some dimensionals on this. Use up those edges. It's satisfying to use up the edges of your dimensional sheet, isn't it? Very much so. All used up. Let's put that on straight. Let's not muck that up. Whoop. There we go. And then that definitely is calling for some linen thread, for sure. Oh, I did treat myself, actually. I treated myself to a new pack of this thread. Shall we have some white for a change? I don't have the white very often. Stingy with it because you only get a little bit. I think this could be nice, couldn't it? Let's go white. Yes, like that. And under that purple flower, maybe. Perfect. Oh, thank you, Diane. Diane says amazing cards. That's very kind of you. I hope you are well. Right, let's trim them and then put some sparkles. I think these are, shall we do, what about these sparkles? Let's do the petunia pop. Even though this was fresh freesia, the kind of the subtle petunia pop is nice, isn't it? Let's go with that. Might put that one down there actually. I like that. Down there. And thanks Hazel. Thank you. Where is my bone folder gone? Don't know. Who knows? Let's find another one. Yeah. Should we put a little bit of do you like to splatter? Shall we? Or shall we not? We shall. Too late. Done it now. I've done it now. Right, let me put these somewhere safe. As in those leaves, flowers could all go back together. And then for those who may have popped on and not seen the first card, let me just come back and share with you the first card that we made. And there we go. I will grab the card and we have those two. So inspired by the flowers that I had on the table at my retreat yesterday, and using up some leftover die cut pieces that I had as extras. And these were the roofs to the birdhouses. So I hope you like those. I have mentioned at the beginning and throughout, if you would like to come and make more projects using the Country Birdhouse stamp set, then I've got my online version of the retreat on Friday and Saturday evening. So they always run over 2 evenings from 7:30 till 10, so that you get sort of 6 hours of crafting of projects. So there is some 3D projects in there, there's some fun fold cards, and then there's some different techniques and cards for you. So I hope if you haven't already signed up, we'd love to see you there. Have a wonderful bank holiday for those that have got a day off tomorrow. Enjoy the sunshine, hopefully, not the rain. So have a lovely day, and I will see you all next weekend. Take care, everyone. Thanks for joining me. Bye.